Hey, Jason. Josh Kelley.
What's up, dog?
Hey, dudes.
Jason.
Where's the other sock dude?
He is going to put a sign on the door saying, don't come in here.
Good. I hope they listen to that sign.
We're in our...
Says get out, right?
We're in our conference room.
Whoa.
Hey,
Dude,
look at
you
that.
have a way better room. Wow.
Look at this.
Hey, Skip, I haven't talked to you forever.
Yeah, man, it's been a while.
Yeah. I do
Good.
I do enjoy your gifts and memes. We all share in that we like fun memes. It seems.
I love sharing as much off-color humor as I can get away with on the internet and still be able to write business. So
Right. Just take it right up to the edge.
right up to the edge. Get the toe.
Welcome to the Insurance Dudes, a podcast for insurance agency owners, helping us to think of different ways to optimize our business and our lives.
This week on Insurance Dudes, we have another set of entrepreneurs, the sock dudes, who have looked to generate another form of income in addition to their insurance agencies.
Well, welcome to the Insurance Dudes. This is the monumental and epic episode where the Insurance Dudes meet the sock dudes. That's a lot of
What?
Just
What?
a bunch of dudes.
So,
Yeah.
funny thing is that at least 80% of the week we end up wearing like the same thing, and it's really uncomfortable. And so he walks in today, and like on purpose, we made sure that we wore something totally different. And look at our socks. So,
C3PO and R2D2.
Look at that.
are you
Look-
kidding me? Like,
That's so
seriously?
funny.
Uh,
They gotta have those guys together.
Yeah. So it was that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
That
That
is
is
funny.
funny. Awesome.
So tell us about the sock dudes.
You know, it's a really interesting story. It's our hobby, but it's become like a real business because we're selling like 3,000 pairs of socks a month or something crazy. And so we have a consulting company called Click Synergy, and it's me, Skip, and his fiance Ashley, and we work with small businesses here locally, and it keeps us sharp. Ashley does this full time, and Skip and I do it part time. And we're at the Atlanta wholesale market with a couple of our clients, helping them make some buys. One of them had a vendor booth, and Skip and I we were kind of goofing off, and Ashley was working, and we kind of weren't. And
That's how it works.
And we were going by this booth, this cool socks. I'm like, man, these socks are so rad. You can't get these anywhere else. And the next thing I know, we've made a purchase order, and you had to buy 3 of each one. And we're like, well, we'll sell a pair and pay for our 2 pairs.
And we'll wear socks for free.
And we sit down and ate lunch, and we told Ashley we just ordered 900 pairs of socks, or however many we ordered. I don't know. We spent a couple grand on socks, and so she was like, "You did what?" And she had this look on her face like, "I'm going to kill you." And next thing I know, we have a website, and we're selling socks online. Fast forward to today. We're actually opening a storefront May 1st. So
Same day we open the new agencies.
so it's crazy. I mean, so that's the story of the sock dudes, and it just kind of snowballed from there. Really, yeah, it really did.
That's
It's our
awesome.
golf game. It's our golf game.
That's
That is
crazy.
awesome.
So you started a sock company. What do you guys specialize in? Like what kind of socks? Tell us about the socks.
Mostly novelty socks. Our best-selling sock of all is Make America Great Again socks.
The red with the white letters are awesome.
Just like the hat. We sell a ton of those things.
I bet we sell 50 to 100 pairs, or sometimes a week, but at least a month.
They're crazy.
Trump socks. It's all novelty socks. Cool, crazy, funky socks. Got funny designs and sayings on them, and I mean, you name it. So you name it. It's got all kinds, but they're good socks. They have the arch supports. They have the extra padding under the bottom. They're not the cheapos. But we can do custom socks now. Like, y'all need some insurance dude socks. We can do your logo on there, and that'd be rad. But it's, like I said, it's become a business. We had no intention of doing that, but it's crazy.
We tend to monetize our hobbies.
So, okay, so you guys are all state agents. How long have you guys been? How many agencies? How long have you? What brought you guys in? What's the origin?
So this is a long story. I'll try to make it short as possible, and I'll tell up to a certain point, and then we'll insert Skip into the story. So I ran a company called BGI Marketing Systems for 6-7 years. We coached insurance agents, mostly just Allstate agents. Really were the first people in the game doing this. We started with that back in 07, 08, long through there. And so I did that, worked with the agent Bill Goff, great agent, and learned the insurance business, got to hang around sharp guys like y'all and other agents across the country. And so I had an insider on everything that worked, everything that was going. I got a first-class education over that, and I've got 3 little girls. They're 11, 7, and 3. And I was on the road 2 weeks out of the month, at least every month, and it just got old being on the road. And I was like, well, I'll just do my own thing. I'll just open my own agency. So fast forward to 2015, I was tired of traveling, and opportunity came up inside of Long Lewis Ford. So Long Lewis is the #1 Ford and Lincoln dealer in the Southeast. Big time, great company. The owner, Todd Let's, just a phenomenal guy, smart business guy. And I had the opportunity to come in and run these dealership agencies. And it was a cool concept. They sell 500-600 cars a month. Hey, I'm in. So I had actually signed was going to start a scratch agency and stop that to do this. Fast forward to today, which is time of this recording, it's end of April 2019, and I'm buying out Todd's part of the agency here. We're moving it out of the dealership, and we're buying another agency in Florence, Alabama, which is the town next to us. So currently we have Florence and Muscle Shoals. We had agencies in Prattville and Selma, Alabama as well, and we sold those in November in preparation of all of this. So fast forward to May 1st, we're going to have 2 agencies, one in Tuscumbia, one in Florence, and that's the kind of the quick version of where we're at, what we're doing now. Fun fact, 2 years ago?
November 11th, 2015.
So Skip, I've known Skip and I are in the same lodge in Florence, Masonic Lodge, and I used to have a full service car wash. He was one of my customers, and I've known him for, I don't know, a long time. And he came in one day to buy a car, and I knew that he was a Liberty National agent for a little while. And I said, hey, you still got your life license? He said, I do. I said, you still having to drive? He was driving at the time, driving like an hour away to go to work. I said, you still driving to Decatur every day? And he said, yes. So I showed him what we were doing, and next thing I know, Skip's working for us. And so January of 16,
February 1st.
Okay, whatever.
16.
He comes to work with us just as a PFC agent, and doing that. Fast forward to
6 months later.
6 months later, we decided to open up the Prattville location, about 3.5 hours away. It's so funny. I told Skip, I said, of course, Skip was crushing. He was writing 80, 90 items a month, every month, and 4 or 5 life policies a month, just killing it. And I said, hey, we're going to open up the Prattville location. I said, do you want to go down and run it? And he said, let me think about it. And he took 4 or 5 steps out of the office and turned around, came back in. He said, yeah, I want to do that. Then he took 4 or 5 steps and walked back out. He walked back in. He said, where's Prattville?
Yes. So another funny part of that story is Prattville is on the way to the beach in Alabama. And on the way to the beach, and right outside of the city where I actually graduated from college. I went to Faulkner University in Montgomery. But I had never in my life even gotten off the interstate at Prattville. Didn't know what Prattville was. And I'm like, I need to see this place before I decide to just up and move. So
we went down. Was it Labor Day?
It was the day after Labor Day, Tuesday.
We went down and drove down, and I was going to show him the town, and we ended up renting him an apartment that same day and came back. So
13 days later, I moved to Prattville. My then girlfriend, now fiance, showed up at my apartment following Saturday and was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Packing everything to move to Prattville." She said, "You don't need to move to Prattville for a while, do you?" I said, "Like 7 more days, I'm moving to Prattville." She's like, "Oh my God."
I like to move fast. You know? So fast forward, we did that scratch for 2 years, decided to sell it last November. And now Skip and I are going to be partners on the other 2 new agencies. I'm the agent of record and handle kind of the day-to-day stuff. And Skip's been acting as our EFS for the past year, and we just do it all in-house. So he handles that side of the business. I focus on the P&C side, and it's a good deal.
In between, we sell socks.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
How do you split that time, and how do you find that time?
I sleep about 3 hours a week. I don't know about Josh.
There's a lot of guys. I know, in Alabama, down in the South, you got a lot of outdoorsmen and stuff. You have that everywhere. But, I mean, I've got friends that play golf a couple of days a week during right now where everybody's fishing 2 or 3 afternoons a week, or people that hunt. I mean, there's guys here that live with the deer, man. They go every day and stuff. We don't have any hobbies like that. I'm very involved with my church, and my kids have always got something going on, and those are, those take precedent over a lot of stuff. But we like to do this. Our consulting company is so fun to work with small businesses, and we end up getting as much out of it as they do. It keeps us sharp and networking with people, and it ties in with the insurance agencies too. And then, it's just, I would rather be at a flea market working a booth for the weekend than playing 36 holes of golf at the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. I would, and I guess it's whatever you're into. But Skip said earlier, our hobbies make us money, and I like doing business stuff. I like making money.
And it's been kind of funny too, because during the course of this, we get to help all these small businesses. Our consulting company, we do a 6-month boot camp where we take 10 businesses at a time, do a super deep dive into their processes from the ground up. And we've been able to save some of those companies, create over the course of the last 2 6-month cohorts, we've been able to add like 25 jobs to the local economy. Awesome. And, and in the process, network with some awesome business owners the whole thing, we get paid to drive business back to our own business. It's kind of fun.
And learn.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And learn from them. I mean, this time we've got a sterile infusion pharmacy in the group. We've got a chiropractor. We've got restaurants. We've got all kinds of
oldest hotel in Mississippi.
Oldest hotel in Mississippi. All kinds of cool businesses that you would think nothing overlaps, but really everything that we all do, we glean something from everybody. I learn as much about what I can use in selling life insurance and benefits to employers from the hotel owner as I do from another insurance agent. So it's a really good thing we've got going, and like Josh said, it keeps us sharp.
That's cool. So that's interesting. So what would, there's a lot of struggling insurance agents out there. If you took a deep dive into an agency, what would you look at? And what would be some of the common things that might be the hardships that you could overcome pretty easily?
I'll go first, and I'll let Josh go. From my standpoint, I'm a Guy Kawasaki kind of believer that sales fixes everything. And if you find what's broken in your sales process, everything else rights itself. It rights the boat. And you just track those numbers backwards. If sales aren't there, what about the quotes? If the quotes aren't there, what are the contacts being made? If the contacts aren't being made, who are you calling? Who have you got to call? Why have you got a reason to call them? And you just work backwards through the process. And next thing you know, you tweak a few things in each one of those, and you're selling 80, 90, 100 items a month and throwing 130,000 in production credit last year on the board. I mean, it works if you work.
And so obviously sales sticks all 100%. You write a lot of business that hides a lot of things, but I'll take the other side of that. The two things, I'll say three things that I think that all agencies could change and work on right now that nobody does it at 100%. One is the staffing. So many agencies have generalists. And, we have a little college football going on down here in Alabama. Skip, unfortunately, is an Auburn fan. I'm a Roll Tide. I'm University of Alabama fan. So, but whether you love Nick Saban, hate Nick Saban, you have to respect what they've done. And we can all agree that University of Alabama runs an elite football program, right? Well, you look at the football program, they have specialists. You have offense, defense. Offense is trying to score. Defense is trying to keep the other team from scoring. On offense, you have a center. The guy, his job is to snap the ball to the quarterback like the guy in front of him, right? That's his job. The quarterback has a specific position. The running backs, receivers, and everybody has a job. They have specialists, even down to the guy that holds the kick for the kicker to kick it. And you look at the coaching staff and things like that. You look at any elite organization, they have a specialization. Anybody that's operating at a high level doesn't have people operating in a generalist type situation. So specialization in agency is key. And I don't care what anybody says, too big, too small, whatever. If you got everybody doing everything, you're not doing it with excellence. I don't think you can do 50 things at once with excellence, but I can do 4 or 5 things with excellence. I can do those really good. And even down, the bigger you get, you can draw those down into 1 or 2 things. So having a sales team, a service team, having people specifically focused on financial side of things, workplace benefits, even in the service team, people that handle claims, people that handle this part, the administrative tasks. So that's a biggie, is specialize, and then not having a solid referral program, man. No, everybody says, I got a referral program, but do you really? That's working it, talking about it, making it part of your culture, making it part about everything you do is so important. It's the best business there is. They close better, they last longer, they refer more. It's the best type of business you can get, period. So that, and then third thing is having true salespeople that are commission-based, that eat what they kill, that are incentivized to write a bunch of business, and then nurturing that stuff. You got so many salespeople filing paperwork and chasing down stuff, and let them go hunt. Let them sell insurance. Hire a $8 an hour person to handle the paperwork for them. And just let them do their thing. They're happier, and you get more out of them. So that's I'll stop there. I can talk for 2 hours on this stuff.
Back to that referral thing today. Just a fun fact for today: every single item that we have written today has been a referral.
We've written 23 items so far today. Wow. It's, I don't know, we still got 3 or 4 hours left, but every single one of them, I had 2 people call me, somebody called Skip, we passed it off to salespeople, boom, they close them. So it's mailbox money.
Nice. So speak to your referral program. What does that look like, and how do you implement it?
Yeah, so we do a little bit different than most. We do the $10 gift cards, like a lot of people do. But we really make a big deal out of it. We do the handwritten note, we mail it out to them, we track this stuff and log it. But they always get a phone call. Thank you. Hey, we keep them updated on what the process looks like. But all those people go into a drawing each quarter. We do a big grand prize drawing every quarter. So we just gave away a Glock 42 pistol. We can get away with that down here in Alabama. Before that, we did We did a Big Green Egg. We've done Yeti coolers, TVs, Nintendo Switch. I mean, we just we spent $400 or $500, and everybody that gets a quote or sends us somebody to refer somebody, their name goes in the drawing, and we do that every quarter. And we're very consistent with it. We talk about it. We track how many people you ask for referrals. And with that too, we also do how many times a day, a month, does somebody come in your office and ask you for a $50 donation for this, or you take an ad out in this deal, or this kid's going on a mission trip, or this travel team, or I just quit doing that. And said, hey, listen, how much more are you trying to raise? Like we had 2 weeks ago, we had this young girl was going on a mission trip to Honduras and was wanting $50 sponsorships. And I said, how much money do you need? She said, I need $800. I said, how'd you like to get all the money? She's like, okay. And she's like a 11, 12-year-old girl, a real sharp kid. And I said, well, all you got to do is get 80 people to call us and let us have a conversation with them about their insurance. Or here's a link to our website that can go on and fill this out. Every person that you get to do it, they don't have to buy anything. I'll give you $10 for it. And she's at 90 something already. So I'm like $900. And I would much rather do that, help this young kid out, help her do what she's doing on the mission trip. There's some feel good in there. We're giving her almost $1,000 for a mission trip, but we're getting almost 100 leads out of it too. We've already closed 4 or 5 of them. We're already got an ROI on it. So we do a lot of things like that in the community as far as fundraisers and that kind of stuff with people. And but the big thing is just talking about it and asking.
And the other thing too is we are deeply involved and connected in the local community. We do a lot of volunteer time. We both sit on several different volunteer boards that keep us connected to the movers and shakers in the area, and just being the guy that everybody sees at the event, being the guy that people sit across from in a boardroom twice a month. I mean, it just keeps you connected. And I think a lot of people kind of leave that part out. They think, oh, it's another lunch meeting that I've got to go to, and I've got so much to do. But really, I mean, building those relationships by giving back to the community, I mean, the return on that's huge, because I mean, anybody involved in those organizations, when it comes time for a question about insurance, question about benefits, even if they're not our customers, we're going to answer those questions for them as best we can. Just invest in them, and then you'd be surprised at how many of those end up referring people to us rather than to their personal agent. And then when the time comes, they move on over to us too. So I don't think you can stress enough being involved in the local nonprofit community.
Yeah. When insurance gets brought up, one of our faces pops up in their head. All the other insurance agents hate us. I like that.
Well, it's the power of giving, just giving, right? And really nothing more valuable than time. So if people see you giving time, then it unlocks a lot of doors. Yep. We've been talking about this for weeks now.
Truth. That's it's funny with all the people that we're talking to. That is the common thread, 100%. Like every single person that we talk to that is successful, and no matter what they do, there's a huge element of giving.
Well, and to piggyback on that too, it's not just there's a right heart condition, mind condition going into that. It's the going to the table with a napkin here versus going to the table with a napkin here. It's not like I'm pulling a lever at the casino. I'm putting this in to get it back. It's doing it without expecting it in return, and genuinely being involved. It puts you in positions for people that want to help you out.
Totally.
One of the one of the big principles that we kind of operate the agency off of, and our consulting company too, is to over deliver, to exceed people's expectations. And just the other night, I'll toot Josh's horn as much as I hate to. Just the other night, I'm overworking at the retail shop that we've got, getting it ready. Josh gives me a call, says, "Hey, you got your computer with you?" So let me run out and get it. We looked up this guy's wife had hit a deer and wasn't one of our Allstate customers, but she was an Allstate customer. And Josh, like, I'm going to check on her. And so, he rolls up, duct tapes her fender well back together, gets her going, make sure she's okay. She's got to remember that. Another Allstate agent gets paid for everything that they've got. But when it comes time for, the conversation in that lady's circle of who would you recommend for insurance, no doubt she's going to recommend us because we over deliver. And again, like Josh was saying, it's not with just this awesome expectation that everybody's going to come and do business with us and we're going to get tons of money out of it. It's just about having your heart right. It's about being a good human.
Plus, it doesn't hurt that we're very handsome.
Well, one of us.
So, that helps.
I'm mesmerized. I want to. Well, number one, I don't know that we've said here in this cast how to find the socks. So why don't we do that?
So you can go to thesockdudes.com, TheSockDudes.com. You can also go to these shops at Coldwater. That's SHOPPES. But thesockdudes.com. You can also go to our Instagram or Facebook and links to the shop there as well. And if anybody wants custom socks, we can do custom socks. Like if you want to do talk about a great giveaway is if you got an agency logo, you want to do your logo on some pair of socks. $9-10 a pair. What is it? It's a way cooler than giving a $10 gift card. You think we would do that in the agency? I just haven't thought about that. But
and people aren't going to throw it away.
We have a sock company. We can do a small run. It's like 36 socks. So it's pretty neat.
And our custom sock program, it's all made in the USA too. We're working with a factory out of North Carolina. Does some awesome work. Makes some great socks. And so you have none of this, no import, no coming from China. It's all really good
Not
stuff.
China. All right. That's important. What's the turnaround? How quick do I get my socks that I can hand out for referrals?
About 4 weeks from the time you approve the artwork.
Okay. And any logo, right? I'm building out a logo right now. Apparently it has a pretzel on it. My agency.
Yep. You can pick out the colors. We did a run with some bright teal with hot pink Sock Dudes logos on them, and we got those hanging in the shop. And it's a big standout bright color that people look at and what is that? And most of the time we just give those away because people are going to wear them. Where'd you get your socks?
People don't throw socks away.
Yeah.
Well, it just stands out. Even if they don't wear them or whatever, like somebody's going to talk about. That's a conversation piece right there.
That's right, and that's the one of the keys of knowing what the value of each customer you have is. We know that we can spend $10 on a pair of socks to get a return on a customer because we know what the value of our customer is going forward. And if I'll throw $10 at getting a new customer all day long in the agency and in the shop.
And a referral customer is a lot different than a cold customer.
Oh, absolutely.
So you guys, you have 2 agencies opening up in 7 days.
Yes.
And are they both? They're both going to be scratch ECP contract.
No. They're existing. They're existing books. One of them is the one in Florence. Is he's a 20-year agent, 75 years old, just getting out of just retiring. It's a medium-sized book, and then the book here at the dealership we built from scratch since 2015. So it's a medium-size now as well. So we'll have both of those, and we're going to keep both locations, but everything will roll up. So probably 12 months or so, we'll probably do another ECP. do another scratch. I like doing those. I've done 2, and it's pretty fun. And so, but for right now, we're just going to run these 2.
By fun, I used to have hair right there. Just saying.
When you did the ECPs, how scaled was it?
So when I did them, we were on ADB, so it was a little bit different model. If they had the ECP when we started Scratch,
I'd be 5 years closer to retiring.
Jeez. But we did really well with the ADB. But if we'd had this model they have now, it would have been a lot different. But so we haven't done an ECP yet. So we were we fell right under right before that started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a fun time too, because right when we opened this one here that we're buying and moving out, Josh signs a contract to get started, and then like the day the agency's supposed to open, they tighten up the R&Ps to where you can't hardly write anything.
I opened this first one October of 2015, and like October 17th, it was really bad. It was the worst underwriting conditions I've ever seen in the history of the planet. But
if you had an 18 IS or lower, they wanted you.
So, but we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
It got better. This business is cyclical. It's up and down, and always comes back around. My thing is, you always sell life insurance, right?
Right.
Always sell something.
What about driving traffic to the besides the referrals? Do you buy leads? Do you supplement? No, so it's all from that referral base.
We have some telemarketers that we have some college kids that we have that do a really good job. But even then, they're calling X dates and requotes, and we don't have them calling cold lists. I've never bought a lead ever. I've never bought a lead. Mostly referral program, networking in the community. And of course we get some business now from the dealership, but that's only about 15-20% of what we write, because most of the people that need insurance that come through here isn't really your ideal candidate anyways. But it's all grassroots, organic stuff.
And then we work really hard through our social media networks.
Oh yeah.
To make sure people know us, to make sure people are engaged with us, laughing with. I think both of us are floating around 5,000 people on our personal Facebook pages. Mm-hmm. And we've got the business Facebook pages, but for all of our businesses, but that's not where everything comes from. I mean, those are now, for all of those, you got to pay to play now to get any kind of response on those. But we've worked very hard over the last 2 or 3 years to really developed a social media brand. And, it's for me, Craig, you mentioned the memes and the GIFs and just making people laugh. I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting out to eat somewhere and somebody will come up to me and they'll tell me a meme that I posted the other day, or they'll tell me that keep doing what you're doing. I was going through a rough time, and it made me laugh and it helped me get through it. And that's just kind of how we've branded ourselves, is to you get people laughing, you can get them to do business with you. Yeah. And so we worked really hard on that for the past 2 or 3 years of making sure that we're very very, very dialed in and intentional on what we do on social media.
I got funny. Can I tell a quick story?
Yeah, do it.
Funny. So Skip and I, there's no denying we're very confident. And that's what I call it, confident. And so
because arrogant sounds rude.
Arrogant people are abrasive, and you don't like being around them. We don't. Everybody likes being around us. We're very confident and secure in ourselves. And so I'm working this car show Saturday. It's a big car show downtown Tuscumbia at this big park. And I've got these 2 young girls that work for us. One's 20, one's 21, real pretty girls. And us 3, we're working the booth. Their job's to get all the guys to look at them and bring them in, and then I try to sell them something, right? And so I'm doing my Facebook Lives and all of this. And I mean, I bet we had 15 people in a row come by and say, hey, thanks. I saw your Facebook Live. I saw your post on Facebook, something. And one of them, Tess, she's very brutally honest or very blunt when she says things, just how she is. She said, Josh, you're very tech savvy and social media savvy for a middle-aged man. I was like, oh! I said, how old do you think I am? She said, I'm 30-something. I said, oh. I said, I'm 36. I was 35 at the time, right? And I said, middle-aged, people live way past 70. And that hurts my ego because, like, first of all, hey, I'm a happily married man, got a smoking hot wife, like, everything's awesome. But if I didn't, I see myself as I have a chance with one of these 20-year-old girls, right? That's why I see myself, my confidence level, and it cut me to the bone when she called me a middle-aged man. So I was like, that hurt, yeah.
That's payback for him introducing me to everybody. We'll go out to eat. He'll say, Dad, you got the bill?
I love it. I walk off. It's Skip's turn to pay. I say, thanks, Dad. And I walk off. And when Skip gets like flustered, his neck gets red from his chin down. Yeah.
It's payback.
That's good.
That's good.
Great. And so, yeah. Do you guys have any questions for us or anything you want to dive into? Anything?
Tell us what you guys are doing different out there in Arizona. I mean,
well, I'm in Arizona. Jason's in California. He has his unique challenges in that you can't write, or they don't write a lot of homes because everything burns down or gets shook up. Apparently,
stays on fire pretty regular.
Yeah, Arizona similar things. We focus a lot on networking with the loan officers to drive those referrals. So we give leads to loan officers, which is pretty well received because I know they want to buy those leads. They're in the in the 50s or $45-$50, and when we give them to them and then we help show them the process that they can use, there's a lot of value in that, and they're thankful for that. So that's another thing we do, but trying to really be out here and give, and that's been effective for us.
It's awesome.
Man, yeah.
So what does that look like in California, where homes are tougher to insure? What are you working primarily with auto dealers? We're
you're basically an independent agent that sells Allstate Auto out there. Huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, my agency, we kind of lead with auto because it's the one thing that we can pretty much write. And then we're primarily doing like internet leads, and I like technology. So I'm a technology nerd. I'm always trying to do marketing and anything I can on the technology side for the agency. So it's a bit different. We don't do commercial either. So we're real niched.
I don't think any of us really do commercial.
Yeah.
The commercial guy.
Walking into dangerous territory. No, I'm just kidding. Well, cool. Yep. I love the idea of you guys or using you guys as that giveaway, right? Using the socks, getting the socks and giving those as referral gifts, as gifts for the team. So again,
probably work out some kind of special deal too for we can work something out. Maybe knock $1 off a pair or something. Maybe get them down to $8-9.
Whoa! Now we're talking.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Maybe like cost Skip and all that.
Yeah, we're volume guys. We grow 1,000 pairs of stocks.
Well, cool.
I'll buy some. I'll buy a brick.
I want a brick of stocks. Is that what they're called? A brick? Is it a brick?
Hey,
I want to put my face on it.
Once your credit card clears, you can call it a truck, a tree, or a whatever. No.
That's awesome. Hey, well, we want to respect your guys' time and unless you have another.
Last thing, Jason, let's see your tattoos, man. So I am as well a tattooed insurance agent.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I get.
But I bet you've never met anybody that has a sun drop tattoo.
Is that Dos Equis?
No, sun drop.
Oh,
it's a zoom in of the gods. You don't have that in California.
Can we zoom in to that? Can we zoom in on?
Check this out, though. Hang on, let me see here.
Oh, that is amazing. That should be on your Facebook cover right there.
Got the good hands, man.
Yeah. On the deltoid.
I don't know about that.
I've got that's not an approved thing, and so I've got this one's a fun one.
What did you use EA funds to get that tattoo?
I got a bunch. I got Alfred E. Newman on my shoulder blade, and I've got versus Spy. I've got a bunch.
Awesome. I know there's not many. Gosh, when I came in here, I was like, I got to cover up because, insurance and tattoos really work. But now I'm t-shirt and short sleeves and
much more cool. A mustache. Yeah, I have to. All mine I have to keep covered up because we're in Alabama, and I could not have a sleeve here. It wouldn't.
Want to fly?
No, I'm a drug dealer. We're at the splash pad 2 or 3 years ago I'm out there with my daughters, and I kept seeing the parents grab their kids' hands, and I'm like, what's going on? And my wife said, well, you look like you just got out of prison, Josh. It's like, okay. So I have water shirts now that I wear at the splash pad.
That's funny.
Yeah, we can't get away with it here.
Well, we used to not. Like when I started getting tattooed was in the late 90s, and everybody was like, you're never going to be able to get a job. And I was playing music back then, so I was like, I don't care. I'm touring bands. Like, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. So I got blasted up, and literally almost, I'd say 99% of my tattoos were all done before the age of 21. So, but times out here have caught up now, managers and of multi-million-dollar companies and whatever, they all have tattoos now. So
there's a lot of people that are still cool with it. There's a lot of the older people around here still kind of, old-fashioned. Of course, Alabama, we're the last to do everything. Except for win national championships. We didn't have a lot. They just voted on the lottery this week. So, I mean, like, it's that and medical marijuana. They're voting on it now. So it's we're always last, but it's I like tattoos. I have a revolving appointment every 4 months with my guy. What's cool is I don't even know what I'm getting until I get in there.
That's funny.
Whoever comes to me like the day before, I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
Gosh, I got to get back on the train. I haven't gotten a tattoo in 10 years.
Craig, you have any tattoos?
I have zero. I'm not a needle guy.
You gotta get the pretzel thing, man.
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
on your butt cheek.
On my butt cheek. All right.
USDA prime grade A beef right there on the right cheek.
That's actually a good idea.
That could work. All right, guys.
Hey guys, one other thing before we jump out of here, we've kind of announced it, but we've got, once we get settled down and make the moves and everything, we're actually also starting a podcast called The Guy Pod. We'd love to have you guys on at some point.
Cool.
That'd be awesome. I'm all about
it. Would be our first invite.
So be looking for that invite soon. We'll be drinking sun drop, eating bacon, and talking about any and everything that doesn't make any sense. So
not insurance stuff.
Yes, it's pretty fun, crazy stuff that bugs us.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We try to stay away from insurance a little bit over here. Keep it exciting.
Keep it fun for everybody.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for being on here. One last shout out to the website.
Yeah, it's www.thesockdudes.com.
Thesockdudes.com.
If anybody wants custom socks, just shoot us an email. You can find us in, if you're Allstate, you can find us in Global or find us on Facebook. Josh Kelley, Kelley, and the
Skip Nichols.
He's really expensive.
You're going to see an order for some socks with the pretzel logo on it.
That's going to be awesome, man.
I'm gonna do some too. I gotta get some socks. I love that idea.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Cool, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you on the other side on your guys' show.
Absolutely.
It'll be soon, man. We'll send you a link soon.
Awesome. Talk to you later.
All right, guys. See you.
All right. See ya.
Your Insurance Dudes podcast is sponsored by Agency Vault, an industry leader in agency coaching, hiring and retaining top talent, and sales training with the 7-step trusted advisor sales framework. Are you up for the challenge? For $99, you'll get 28 days of access and an opportunity to join our private platinum coaching group. For more information, navigate to www.agencyvault.com.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.